Access granted.
You've just entered AshongLabs, a place to break down barriers and build up your cyber skills. What is going on, Cyber Warriors? Jason Ashong back with another video, and today we got the neighbor room in TryHackMe. What the description says is basically that this is a new cloud service that lets you log in from anywhere. Users enter the username and password for a totally secure login process. And then it hints to the fact that you might be able to find something else in somebody else's profile. Um, at the bottom right here, it links to IDOR, which basically tells us what kind of attack we're going to be doing. And what IDOR stands for is Insecure Direct Object Reference. It's basically when a site lets you change an ID or a name or something like in a URL or a form, and then it gives you someone else's data without checking if you're allowed to see it or not. So, like for example, let's say this room is like neighbor one, and this logs me into like neighbor one's account or whatever, and then I do neighbor 1 2, and then I could get to neighbor 1 2 without being allowed to go to neighbor 1 2. That's kind of that's like a little short explanation for it. We'll see it in practical terms in a second here. So let's start up your attack box, start the machine, and then let's get into the room. I will copy this IP address. It also says navigate to the following URL using the attack box. So obviously we know we're going to be doing an H. We're going to be explaining like a web server, but first, even though we already know what we're going to be doing, let's always just do like an nmap scan. I'll do nmap sv for service version, and then we'll let that run. We have Firefox open already. Let's see what we got. We got port 22 SSH, and then we got port 80. So we're going to be on port 80 for this lab. So there's a couple ways to do this exploit. I'll show you like two quick and easy methods. The first, I just got the web browser, or I just got the port that was open. So now we're on the web browser, and then we're getting a login field. So please fill in your credentials to log in, username, password. When we're scanning, or when we're doing like web exploitations, it's always like a good step to do a directory scan using GoBuster or like a subdomain scan or whatever. But it's not really in the scope for this, and that'd just be a waste of time. So don't have an account, use the guest account. Right here, it tells us to use a guest account. So let's hit Control U and see what we're going to find. All right, so right here, there's a comment that says use guest credentials until registration is fixed. An admin user account is off limits. So that basically just, so we have a guest account that we can log into with guest as the username and password. And then it just dropped a big hint as well saying that there's an admin account. So let us go back to Firefox. Oops. And then type in guest. All right, so now we got logged into guest. The URL right here, you can see profile.php user equals guest. And here's where we can see like our IDOR vulnerability. It's directly referring to the guest user account. And then we know that there's another account called admin because right here it just told us that admin user account is off limits, saying that there's another account called admin. So let's change user from guest to admin, and then voila, we got our flag right here. So I said that there was two ways to do this. I'll show you guys the other way as well. All right, now I'll show you guys the next method, which is with Burp Suite. We're gonna turn Foxy Proxy on right here, which I already have it enabled, and then we're going to open up Burp Suite Community Edition. When you're first opening it up, it's gonna be like it's gonna ask you a couple things. Just leave the defaults and just skip or next. And then when this opens up, you'll probably be in the dashboard. Hit the proxy tab and then turn intercept on. That's going to allow us to intercept the packets that we're sending. And then let's get to burp suiting. So we're going to enter the guest, and now this packet is getting captured. We're going to forward the post request to the server using the valid credentials, which are guest, and then the server is going to authenticate us at profile.php. And then what websites do, like when you're logging in, is they send like an automatic like redirect, which is now why we're getting the guest, or why we're getting the get packet. And then once we have the session, which we have like a valid session now, we can change this user equals guest to user equals admin. And I'll show the page right here. So once I forward this, now I should be brought to the admin page. And then we got our flag. So that is the two methods of getting this flag. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that it was informative. And if it was, just let me know what you guys learned or what you guys want to learn in future videos. Because, we're going to keep doing this, guys. But, yep, we did it. Congratulations, guys, and thank you.